Giggles!
Hello!
Hi, I'm Maz.
I'm Taka.
How are you today?
How are you?
So, today we're going to talk
Oh,
about
what are we going to talk about?
how do you learn a language? So,
Yeah.
Taka, you are Japanese, right?
Yes, I'm Japanese. Obviously.
And I guess you weren't born speaking English.
No, not at all.
So, how did you learn to speak English?
How? Let's see. So, as you know, in Japan, usually students study 6 years. 3 years for junior high and 3 years for high school. Of course, I studied, and my test scores were all right.
Studied English.
Yes, studied English. Yes, studied English. My test scores are all right, but I'm pretty sure I couldn't speak at all. So after I graduated from university, I decided to study English. And luckily, I remember some of the grammars I learned from high school and junior high. However, I still couldn't speak. I went to English school to study some conversation, but I couldn't. But then I realized what the most important thing for speaking is vocabulary. You need a lot of vocabulary to speak. And studied grammar book. Yes, I also bought a grammar book to study by myself. And actually, it helped a lot. And after self-studying for a year and a half, I went to America. But by the time I went to America, I already knew enough words, vocabulary, to hold conversation and live in America, and enough grammar to get by. So I think my way was first vocabulary, then grammar, and try to speak. Sometimes you can do like this, thinking English, or talk to yourself in English. Better not to do in public because it looks strange, but it actually does work. Yeah. But Maz, so you're an English speaker.
Yes.
And I guess you probably studied second language at school or somewhere.
At school, I studied French and Italian because I went to school in the UK.
Bon appetit?
Bon appetit. Yeah.
Mamma mia! Something like that, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Not the most used words, but so, yeah, I studied French and Italian when I was at school. I didn't study any Japanese until I was planning to come to Japan.
Yes, you're right. You are living in Japan. You have to
Yes.
speak Japanese.
Yes,
How
so-
do you cope?
Well, when I was planning to come to Japan, I thought, oh, I'm really going to have to learn some. So I started looking at useful expressions and phrases.
That's
was the first thing
also
I
important.
learned.
Yeah.
And I very slowly started learning hiragana, one of the writing systems they have here. And then when I arrived here, I signed up and had some Japanese classes when I had a bit more time. So I used to go to Japanese
conversation.
classes. Japanese conversation, and we studied some grammar as well. Then over the years, I got busier, so I couldn't really go to classes anymore. So I did a bit of self-study. And as I had 3 children, I ran out of time to study so much.
Yeah.
But over the last year or so, I've got back into studying both Japanese and French. Actually, interestingly enough.
Wow.
I started studying French a little bit because just for interests. I don't think I'm going to be going to France for a while, but it's a very different language to Japanese.
Oh, interest. You need an
Yeah.
interest.
So these days, I actually started using an app on my phone called Duolingo. And it's the basic plan is actually free, so it's a free app, and you can study English on it, you can study Japanese, you can study French or Italian or German. There's all sorts of languages, and it actually makes it kind of fun to study.
It's kind of a game, right?
It feels a bit like a game.
Because sometimes I hear ping, ping, ping.
Yeah, you
noise.
kind of getting the answers right, and there are things like you can move up in leagues, and some of the stories are quite funny. The stories that they have, for, especially for French, the ones are quite interesting and fun. And I think it's a really good way to to kind of do added study if you have, but in between classes you might be going to, or it's a good way to just do kind of 5, 10, 15 minutes every day, because you can do it anywhere when you're waiting. And I think one of the benefits, one of the ways to improve your language when you're learning a language is do a little bit every day.
Yeah, exactly, right.
Yeah.
I still have, keep a couple of word books with me all the time, wherever I go. And when I have time, just open and just go through 1 page or 2 pages.
Yeah.
Little
So
by little.
a little bit every day, I think, is one of the best tips for improving a language. So how about you?
Yeah, how about you?
How do you learn a language?
Yeah, I'm interested.
Let us know in the
Yes,
comments how you learn another language.
Please leave a comment.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
And if you'd like to see more easy English listening videos, please subscribe to Giggles English.
Please subscribe.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.